All right. Without any further ado, I would like to say hello and welcome. Can everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up. You can hear me okay? Okay, great. Again, I'd like to say welcome and thank you for joining me on this certainly joyous occasion, this being the launch of the 12th Annual Black365 Calendar and Products. I am Jamaal Brown, aka Mr. Black365, founder and creator of the Black365 Calendar and all of the associated products. Again, I'm happy and delighted that you all have chosen to join me this evening. Could have been anywhere else on the globe, but you decided to be in your homes, but with me at the same time. And again, I'm truly appreciative of that. Again, I can't speak to how joyed I am that for 12 years, I have been at something, doing what I like to call God's work, sharing the message, sharing the gift that has been placed inside of my heart, that being presenting, attempting to inspire, uplift, and encourage people through the use of African-American history. Growing up, I'll tell the story real fast. And I grew up in the Los Angeles area, and I didn't see too many people who looked like me that were doing productive things, right? I grew up in a mobile home park in a poor area of the Los Angeles area, northernmost city in Los Angeles County. And one time in fourth grade, a teacher asked the class to provide a homework assignment. Go home, come back and give us 5 things you want to do, 5 things you want to be as potential career options. Again, real fast here, my list included, I said that I'll be an athlete, a drug dealer, a gang member, or entertainer. Athlete, drug dealer, gang member, and entertainer. I stood before the class and announced these careers loudly and proudly. Those were the things that I saw people in my community involved in, people in my own family involved in, and certainly I didn't know a path forward that didn't include one of those 4 things. Through a whole host of haps and mishaps, and certainly being guided by God, none of those things obviously were my career choices. One of the things that happened to me throughout my journey was I actually had heart surgery as a student in high school, as a 14-year-old freshman in high school, star basketball player. Again, had heart surgery. So that checked off becoming a basketball player as a career option. My mother helped me check off one of the other options, the drug dealer option. My mother helped me check that off. I'll never forget, it was a Sunday morning. I sat down at the bar stool. Mom was there washing dishes, handful of Palmolive soap. We all know that green bottle. And mom says, I says to mom, hey, I found out what I want to do. Matching my energy. She says, what, baby, tell me. I said, I'm going to sell drugs. And I sort of dipped back, right? Because I knew that hand was about to come out the water and slap me in the next week. But that slap never came. She just kept her head down, kept washing dishes. She was washing dishes about a minute, but that minute felt like a year. And eventually she started humming. That's when I got real scared. She was humming some old like Negro spiritual, some Swing Low, Sweet Chariot or something. I don't know what she was humming, but eventually she spoke. And when she spoke, she says, baby, I don't think that's going to work out too well for you. I said, why not? She says, well, after I beat you, I'm going to call the cops on you and you're going to go to jail. So grand opening, grand closing, my whole drug career lasted about 3 minutes. Didn't sell an ounce, a brick, a quarter, a key, a chicken, a bird, whatever euphemisms they use for drugs. I didn't sell anything. But again, what I did do after the heart surgery there, again, at the age 14, I started on a quest of acquiring as much information as I could about people who look like me. I discovered that people who look like me are the mothers and fathers of civilization, the world's first doctors, first lawyers, first politicians, first mathematicians. I discovered what we call Black history truly is the missing pages of world history. Inspired by my newfound knowledge I began acquiring there in high school, I went on to become my high school, Lancaster High School's first ever African-American valedictorian. I was accepted to 8 universities and received about $50,000 in scholarships. And I truly attribute that to the love of my mother and father and in a stable home, but also, again, the spark of Black history, the spark of information, the spark of seeing myself positively reflected in the pages of world history. And so fast forward some years, the year being 2006, I started on this quest to create something that would hopefully spark the minds of other young people. Put it off, picked it up, put it off. And in 2010, I created the first Black 365 calendar. And right now, I will have you join me as I take a trip down memory lane and we take a look at some of the past calendars until we reach the present one. There's a new thing going on social media. I don't know if you've seen it. Some people, it's called, where I started and where I'm at. And so again, we're going to do a little bit of that, kind of where I started. No one, thank God, has this copy of the Black 365 calendar. This was the very first ever original document, the original manuscript that I created, and that what will become the Black 365 calendar. That's the young Jamaal right there. Again, 2006. Again, when I say this is the original, I'm talking about the handwritten note still on it, trying to perfect it calendar. I was in real estate at the time. And part of the story is that I actually, right out of college, began, again, in the Los Angeles area, participating in real estate, got my real estate license, and was doing quite well. As a young 20-something-year-old, 21, 22 years old, I was making six figures and living life kind of just for myself, by myself, and on my own. But I didn't feel fulfilled. Again, that quest, that desire to have a life of more purpose and a life to share the information that was inside of me is what put me in the direction of creating the calendar. And so got out of real estate not too long after, started working in education, and again, really put a lot of my time, effort, energy into the Black 365 calendar. And this was the very first Black 365 calendar that was ever produced right here, the 2010 edition. Again, a far cry from the 2006 edition, but we'll see how we've come up. In that edition, I happened to incorporate some of my very own photography. I'm an amateur photographer, have a passion for photography. And some people thought that was quite cheesy, quite corny, that I had, just some of these abstract sort of images inside of what is a Black history calendar. I am open to feedback. I am open to collaboration. I'm open to growth, and so we got the personal effects out of the calendar very soon. Here's the 2011 edition. Again, we see somewhat of a rudimentary or basic sort of a calendar here. Again, we'll quickly go through some of these images. Oh, something interesting is that I feature my son inside of the inside cover of each and every calendar. This was the one of the first years. We're dressed in our Sunday finest, our Sunday best. Here we are. It was an Easter Sunday. A friend snapped that photo, and you can see down there, founder and co-founder, Jamaal Brown and Son. That is a title that he has held strongly on to. He is now 18 years old. And again, over these next few slides, you'll see the progression that he's made, the transformation that he's made. Somehow I continue to look the same, but he just gets bigger. But again, that title co-founder is something that he holds on to dearly. Recently, he applied to college, and on his college application, he put down that he was the co-founder of a major publication, and I guess it worked out pretty good for him. He got accepted to his college of choice, as again, one of those things he had there was a co-founder. But here he is. Here is, again, that was 2010, I believe. This here, I want to say, is from the 2012, maybe 13 edition. Again, he has gotten bigger. He has gotten bigger there, but I still look the same. And here we are. I think it's 2013, 14 edition, maybe, again, stretching out like a green bean, like a beanstalk. He started stretching out a bit, and with his bow tie there. A buddy who's actually on the line right now, Mr. JF Photography. My good friend Joe Fields took this photo at a park here near our home. Again, I want to say it's maybe 2014, and this is 2019. That same photographer in that same park took this photo of now developing, grown boy. He's still my baby. He's my only child, and I'm affectionately known as the baby of the family because I'm the youngest. Even though I'm 38 years old, I'm still the baby. My mother, who might be hopping on the Zoom here shortly, still refers to me as baby. So this is my baby there in 2019. This is 2020. Again, jfphotography.com, still providing the photos for us. Again, he's in here in the Zoom right now. And again, here's the 2021 edition of me and Bakari, aka the Black365 co-founder, my beloved son. Let's get back to some of the covers. Again, we're starting to see the transformation of the calendar a little bit. We got the red, black, and green mixed in here. I had a beautiful and wonderful opportunity to travel to Egypt in the year 2005. I was in Egypt for 15 days on an educational tour. Truly, truly remarkable trip. I encourage anyone and everyone, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Egypt, to do so. It's a truly wonderful place. As a result, this photo in the top left corner, result of my studies and my information, we incorporated this statue here in the calendar. That's Pharaoh Menkaure. Years later, I actually touched this very statue. This statue is over 3,000 years old. I actually touched this statue. I have a weird affinity for touching statues. It's in the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. Don't tell them. Hopefully no one is watching from there. But yeah, my fingerprint is on this 3,000-year-old statue right here. And that statue is inside of the Black365 calendar. Again, we're coming up through the years. You're taking a journey with me from where we were to where we are now. Not much changed here. 2013 edition. We always like to represent duality. We know that there cannot be a north without south, and east without west, and up without down. So there's always a well-balanced blend of both women and men in the calendar. Women too often are left out of history. History, like so many other aspects, is dominated by men, so it's sort of a chauvinistic approach to things. But we always like to showcase both living legends and legends who have transcended, as well as women and men. This woman was alive at the time, if I'm not mistaken, of being showcased in this calendar. This woman in the bottom left corner, Dr. Patricia Bath. She was the first African-American woman to receive a medical patent. And we were able to honor her and feature her in the 2013 edition. She has now transitioned to the realm of ancestor. 2014, the calendar switched just a little bit. I don't know, there was a subtle switch. The people were sort of stoic and in confined boxes on the front. Now we sort of, did some graphic updates, and so the background improved a bit. 15 here, again, coming down the ranks. There was a mixed sort of media. There was, this here is actually a pencil drawing. There's a very, very, very talented pencil artist known as Pencil Man, who lives near me, who has contributed art pieces throughout the years to the calendar. And so this is one of his pieces here, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the good thing for me, at least, about when I commission these art pieces, the originals hang on my wall afterwards. And so I've developed quite a bit of a art collection from putting this calendar together. It's 2015, 2016 here. The designer of the logo, I've invited him on. I don't know if you didn't notice, but for several years we were operating without a logo. One of those things in business that you sort of develop as time goes, if no one has taught you that. But every good business has a logo. So we were operating for about 6 years without a logo. Then a good brother, Nicholas Smith, young man, again, I've invited him to be on the Zoom. Maybe he'll have an opportunity to hop on. He created the logo for us that we have now. 2017 edition. Again, we have some living legends and what have you there. Simone Biles and others. Haile Selassie. She too, the Miss Hidden Figure herself, Katherine Johnson, was alive at the time, if I'm not mistaken. We were able to honor her. The movie Hidden Figures, the NASA human computer. She computed by hand the track of NASA's first outer space mission. And we'll speed things along here. The calendar graphically took a leap forward this year. In 2018, more prominently displayed the logo. And again, graphically, things got a little bit finer. 2019, that was the first time we sort of created these animated photos. And in doing so, we discovered that children absolutely love and are drawn to the sort of animated cartoonized images. And so that was introduced in 2019, and we haven't turned back since. Again, they look clean, they look good. Everyone seems to like them. And again, children are absolutely enamored by them. And that's truly, truly, truly the desire of the calendar to inspire, uplift, and encourage people of all ages, but particularly the youth. Oftentimes when we reach a certain age, you know, it's difficult to teach old dogs new tricks, but if we can catch them young, and let those young folks know that there's more than just athlete, drug dealer, gang member, entertainer. That truly is my heart's desire, that no person, Black, white, Asian, Latino, but particularly no young Black person ever thinks that their career aspirations can be that of simply athlete, drug dealer, gang member, and entertainer. Two, Mr. Chadwick Boseman was alive at the time that we showcased this calendar. Again, it was a bit foreshadowing. I don't want to say foreshadowing, but it was a bit, took it as a blow that the year that he, again, was showcased, he was alive. But you know, as we all know, our Mr. Black Panther has now transitioned, but again, was happy and pleased to have honored him while he was alive. He was tagged in several of these photos. I believe he was able to see himself honored in our publication. But another reason why we list the career options was, again, to combat that issue that I discussed of having limited options, having limited career scope. So we always list the passion or occupation. Again, actor, first lady, director, and producer. This woman right here too is a living legend, Ursula Burns. She is the first ever African-American woman Fortune 500 CEO. She was the CEO of Xerox, and again, was able to feature her last year. And what we've all been waiting for, this is the cover, beautiful cover of the amazing 2021 12th Annual Black365 Calendar, a calendar that, again, I'm happy and excited to share with you all. We're gonna go and look at each and every photo inside all 12 key features here shortly. Before we do that, want to just show something else I'm proud about, development, growth. We started out with simply just a calendar. For a number of years, I operated with just a calendar, but in 2019, became an author for the first time. I wrote this book. This book is available on the website as well, black365.com, black365.com, A to Z, character traits in me, words of wisdom for living your best life. So this book showcases an individual of African descent from A to Z, along with a corresponding characteristic. And so individuals are able to learn about characteristic, the definition of the characteristic, then the short biography of someone whose name started with that letter. So for example, A, adventurous like Alexander Dumas, B, bold like Barack Obama, C, courageous like Coretta Scott King, D, determined like Denzel Washington, so forth and so on from A to Z. And now we have a total of 4 Black history cards, 4 packs of Black history cards. So again, truly, 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 you can be inspired, uplifted, and encouraged every single day with our products. Again, 365 days of Black facts in the calendar. This pack of cards has 52 cards with 52 quotations from some of the greatest minds in our history. So if you challenge yourself, my mother does this when she wakes up in the morning, as soon as she cracks her eyes, open, says her prayers, wipes sleep out her eyes, she reads the fact of the day in the Black history calendar. And before she goes to sleep, she tries to recall from memory what the fact is of the day. That's, again, a way to try to challenge herself, perk her mind, make sure her mind stays sharp. Additionally, there are 52 cards in this pack of cards with quotation on the back of them, 52 weeks in a year. That was done on purpose. So if you make the decision to memorize one quotation a week, you will have added to your library of quotations. This here, we deviated just for 1 second. This was a special request. A organization, a fraternity reached out to us and asked them to customize a calendar for them. So there's a fraternity, part of the Divine Nine, Black Greek letter organization known as Iota Phi Theta. A couple of years ago, they experienced their 50th year anniversary. So they reached out to us and we created a Iota Phi Theta calendar. Each month featured one of their founders, and the facts inside of the calendar were facts that were important or pertinent to their fraternity. So that is another option or another leg of development that we've done. So if there's organizations or families that want to sort of document maybe the elders in their family or document their family tree, they can reach out to us and we can customize calendars as well. We have that technology, we have that capability of doing that. That's something that I'm proud of as well. Also, something that I'm proud of, I am one of the members of the team that has created this here. This is the world's first and only 365 days of Hispanic heritage calendar. Again, I teamed up with some very, very wise folks. One of them is on the line with us today, Ms. Giovanna Campos. Again, I'm part of a team that created this and introduced this to the world. You can go to latinocalendar.com, latinocalendar.com. Again, this is the world's first and only 365 days of Hispanic heritage calendar. Again, I'm happy and proud to be a part of the team that has created that. And just touchdown today, the world's first, again, first around the globe, Hispanic heritage cards. The world's first Hispanic heritage cards are just touched down today. There will be, Ms. Campos will be leading a unveiling of that calendar and those products as well. But again, I'm happy and excited to be a part of that team. I'll just tell the story real fast. Giovanna Campos and I were at a conference, and we had an opportunity to talk one day after all the workshops were over, and I was telling her about the Black 365 calendar and how when I looked across the landscape of educational products, I didn't really see anything that represented me in a consistent way, on a daily basis. Again, sharing, showing a spotlight on Black history facts. And I didn't have very many heroes and sheroes other than Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. And she shared from a Hispanic perspective that she too did not have access via educational products, finally put together product that, again, showcase heroes and sheroes. And so I teamed up with her and a small group of people, and we have been responsible for creating this product here that, again, I'm proud to be a part of. Again, latinocalendar.com. If you know someone who would appreciate that piece, please direct them in that direction. Again, talking about growth and development, this is something that I'm happy to say that has happened to me. The White House has taken notice of the products that I have been a part of, and that there at the bottom is Mr. Barack Obama's signature. So when I say the White House, the Obama White House, if you had to take a guess what White House would have acknowledged these products and the things that I'm doing, it was the former administration that has acknowledged and got a handwritten, or I'm sure it's computer generated or intern generated, but nevertheless, the White House has taken notice. A buddy of mine, I believe he's on this Zoom as well, was responsible for helping provide the bridge and getting the exposure of the Black 365 calendar to the White House and allowing me to receive this acknowledgement. So again, I wasn't just some, I didn't just get that letter offline. I didn't, right click save as, that was actually addressed to me. And in that same package was this here. It actually has my name on it and all that good stuff. Again, the President's Volunteer Service Award in the area of education for the Black 365 product. So I'm saying all this to say that what we are doing here isn't just some fly by night, isn't just some garage project. This is just some weekend warrior project. Again, it's something just by the sheer length of time, 12 years. Again, that it's something that great time and effort and energy goes into. And I was telling Miss Tracy Stevenson, who's on the line with this, I was telling her the best way, or one of the ways I describe the Black 365 products, it's like a 500 carat diamond, right? Biggest diamond anyone's ever seen. But sometimes it exists only in a dark room. And as we all know, diamonds can only show their brilliance, only show their beauty when a light is shined on the diamond. And so that's what we're looking to do. Everyone who sees the calendar loves them. And I'm tasking everyone here on the line with us to not only purchase and support the latest products, but also be somewhat of ambassadors, be somewhat of champions of the calendar. Share the calendar with your sphere of influence, share the calendar and the Black 365 products with those around you in education and other fields, and share it with young people so that the brilliance and beauty of the calendar can be exposed to as many people as possible. Something else that represents growth and development. Again, I'm just a young man from Southern California, the Los Angeles area. I was born and initially reared in a mobile home park. I didn't know anyone who ever interacted with the Patent and Trade Office. I didn't know anyone who ever patented anything or trademarked anything. I'm happy to report that what you're looking at right here is the trademark. And you see at the top line right above that white box that's just blacking out my address, yours truly, my name, Jamaal Brown. I am the trademark owner of the term Black365. That is, again, something that I, in my wildest imagination, as 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, 20-year-old, even 30-year-old Jamaal wouldn't have ever imagined, again, interacting with the Patent and Trade Office, the United States of America, and having something trademarked. Again, something I'm truly happy and proud of. I'm glad that I have mentors and jegnas and wise people around me who encourage me and push me to go further. And yeah, I'm happy to be the trademark owner of the term Black365. Now, let's take a look. Let's go inside of this calendar here. Uh-oh. Let's see, nice job. You're getting some congratulations and things there. Thank you for that. Again, we're going to take a look at the insides of this calendar. The calendar has taken on a dramatic change. The graphics of this calendar are mightily advanced from previous editions. I can't say enough. When you invest in yourself, when you invest in your technology, you invest in your patent and projects and things, again, things grow and develop. And again, this is graphically the most beautiful calendar I've ever seen, ever been a part of. And again, something that I'm truly, truly proud of. Again, we looking to support and looking to showcase some of the great athletes that we have among us. So again, we got Kobe Bryant there, who recently passed, Serena Williams, obviously one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Again, representing art and culture, we have Miss Aretha Franklin, who will be showcased inside of this calendar. Some may know, some may not know that in January 2021, it's been pushed back, but there will be an Aretha Franklin movie. It's called Respect, if I'm not mistaken. And so hopefully there'll be a good marriage and opportunity to highlight both the calendar and the movie at the same time. But again, Miss Aretha Franklin will be having a movie showcasing her life. And again, happy and proud to be honoring her in this calendar. Mr. James Baldwin, a timeless figure, someone whose writings, as I say here in the calendar, his writings sort of traverse time and space, and much of his writings are still relevant and prevalent and applicable to today. And again, A House on Beale Street, I'm Not Your Negro. These are pieces that he penned decades ago, but they are finding a resurgence, and we're happy and honored to be showcasing Mr. James Baldwin in this year's calendar. Ms. Ida B. Wells. There are very, very, very few people who we have showcased more than once inside the calendar. I like to say that there's so many people. Again, we have the longest history, but the shortest month to talk about it. But we sort of do away with that with the Black365 calendar. But there are so many people that we can talk about in our illustrious history that we do not have to go back and read and duplicate people. But some people are just that awesome, that amazing. Miss Ida B. Wells being one of those people. We showcased Miss Ida B. Wells in the second edition of the calendar, 2011 edition. And here she is again in the 2021 edition, 10 years later. She's that phenomenal of a woman that we showcased her twice. We were playing some Stevie Wonder as you all came in to this Zoom here, this unveiling. And that was done on purpose. Mr. Stevie Wonder, who I believe is now 70 years old, we feature him for the first time here inside of the 2021 12th edition of the Black365 calendar. Stevie Wonder has taken a step in the direction of self-determination. You may have heard this headline recently that after all these years, I believe he was 11 years old, when he signed with Tamla Records, which is now Motown. He recently stepped out and formed his own recording company, just debuted 2 singles, and again, showcased some self-determination, some Kujichagulia self-determination, and is doing his own thing, as sometimes we say. But again, we highlight Mr. Stevie Wonder. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Her name may not be known by many, but those who call themselves serious scholars in Black history may have broached her work. There's a book that she wrote that took her over 18 years to put together, but that book is called The ISIS Papers. That book is a very, very phenomenal book and is renowned by serious scholars in Black history, and we showcase this queen. She is a Howard alum. We have another Howard alum on the line on our Zoom right now, HU in the house. But she is a Howard alum. She was a professor at Howard for many, many years. She taught free Black history classes every single week for over 30 years in Washington, D.C. Again, someone that we admire and appreciate and love. Again, there in the chat, we see Mr. James Morgan, who actually contributed to this Black365 calendar, gave the only response that you can give when someone says HU. He said, you know. Again, every single Thursday for over 30 years, this woman taught free Black history classes to the community at Howard, in Howard. It started out at Howard and then transitioned to a community space, and we love and appreciate this queen for that. And we honor her and recognize her in the calendar. Miss Stevenson, hopefully your mic is hot and ready. I want to ask you to come in and speak in the Zoom in just a few moments. Sorry for putting you on the spot. I hate when people put me on the spot, but putting you on the spot here in just a few moments to speak briefly about you know what here coming up real soon. Mr. Miles Davis is showcased inside of this calendar, one of the best musicians of all time, and someone who I am honored to showcase. I'm not 100% sure of her age, but I think it's in the ballpark of my age. I'm 38. A woman never tells her age, but she is a millennial, I'm sure, and she is doing some phenomenal work. I'm happy and excited to feature her. I'm happy to and excited to connect with her here soon. We will have a chance to chat with her about the revolutionary work that she is doing. And Miss Tracy Stevenson is connected with this phenomenal woman here that we're showcasing on the screen right now, Dr. Hadia Nicole Green. Miss Tracy Stevenson, if you could just take a few moments and discuss your connection with this phenomenal woman and our partnership that we are collaborating with Oralee Smith Foundation and Black365. Please take it away.
Well, thank you, Jamaal, for asking me to speak. And yes, you did put me on the spot, but that's okay. I'll get over it. Yes, I am a happy and proud volunteer for the Oralee Smith Cancer Research Foundation. And, you know, I came in contact with the foundation because I happened to be searching through the internet and I saw a Roland Martin YouTube video, and she was speaking on the video, and she was talking about that this video, her technology, and that this video got 14 million views. And only if everyone had donated $1, she would have the 10 million for her clinical trials. So I am a happy volunteer trying to help her raise that $10 million so that we can move into clinical trials, so that we could stop losing, so that more people can stop dying from cancer. Her treatment is a better way of treating cancer, and we're just trying to help her get there. Jamaal Brown and Black365, he is so impassioned with her idea, what it is that she's trying to do, that he wanted to partner with us and help us raise this $10 million for clinical trials. And we are so very happy that Jamaal sees her vision and wants to help us get there.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stevenson. Yes, as you can see, there is a QR code on every page, but this page you'll be linked starting Monday. We're going to make sure all the technology and everything's properly aligned, where you can scan this QR code with your phone and be taken to a Black365 fundraising site for the Oralee Smith Foundation, and all the folks connected with us can make a contribution on Black365's behalf for the Orally Smith Foundation Cancer Research. Again, what Ms. Stevenson was saying was that it takes $10 million to take help me out, take technology, take a procedure, go ahead, Ms. Stevenson.
One clinical trial takes $10 million. That's what
one clinical trial takes $10 million. The sister has received $1.1 million from the VA, but still there is a gulf, still there is a gap that needs to be filled in order to take her radical cancer fighting technology to the clinical stage 3 clinical phase, and we want to see her get there. So again, a Black woman-led cancer research foundation will be the recipient of 10% of all of the Black365 sales. So if the calendar wasn't beautiful enough, if the calendar didn't have enough impactful and inspiring information, if you just want to see the eradication of cancer, that's yet and still another reason why you should share this calendar, share this work, and purchase this calendar for yourself, for a family member, for a loved one. There are some people around the country who for 10 plus years have purchased this calendar. They say it's the only thing that they buy their family for Christmas. They said they've done away with all the things that need batteries, all the things that fade, all the things that stretch, all the things that wear out. They only buy this calendar for their family. I'm not saying be that extreme, but I'm saying consider, again, putting a Black365 calendar on your list of things to purchase for the holidays, whether it be Kwanzaa, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. Please consider purchasing this calendar for no other reason other than to see the eradication of cancer. I truly, truly, truly believe this sister has been gifted with insight, has been gifted with courage, has been gifted with the intelligence to come up with a new and better way to eradicate something that has inflicted and afflicted so many of our loved ones. And again, I can't speak proudly enough of our collaboration.
Thank you.
Yes, certainly. I'll leave that there. I can go on and on and on, but I'll leave that there. Again, understand that a portion of the proceeds will go towards this sister and her technology and her foundation. And also, again, I encourage everyone to donate and contribute beyond simply buying the calendar. But again, you'll be able to scan the calendar and or go directly to the Orally Smith Foundation, and again, make any size contribution that you would like. Again, orally.org. Moving forward here, we're almost wrapping up. We have this feature, Mr. Morgan, if you are with us and would like to unmute yourself. Last year, I think it's the first time we've ever done this. We had a co-writer. So I've invited someone else to write a piece in the calendar. And Mr. James Morgan, he just unmuted himself. He is a renowned scholar, an author, a millennial as well. He might actually be a generation beneath me. Again, a young man. I'm 38. I know he's younger than me, but he is a tremendous scholar, tremendous speaker, and he is a fantastic historian. And I reached out to him to write this piece here. Mr. James Morgan, if you can just say hello to the people and talk a little bit about our collaboration and share real brief about Mr. Henry Mcneill Turner.
No problem. Well, thank you. I'm not that young. I mean, I just had a birthday. I'm 31, so I'm not that.
Okay, that's right.
I'm not that far behind you. But yeah, Brother Brown asked me to reach out to contribute this piece on Bishop Henry Mcneill Turner. He was a very profound minister in the African Methodist Episcopal Church in the 19th century. And I was sharing with him a while back, some material that I was reading about Bishop Turner, because not only was he a profound person in history, but there's actually a personal connection with myself and Bishop Turner, in that my great-great-great-grandfather was also an AME minister and was a student of Bishop Turner's. And Bishop Turner actually ordained him. His name was Reverend William Jefferson Hightower, and Bishop Turner actually ordained him as an AME minister in December of 1899. And so in sharing some of the rich information that I've been looking at on Bishop Turner's life and whatnot, I also serve on the advisory board of a site, if you all go online to the HenryMcNeillTurnerProject.com, where we've been working vigorously with Dr. Andre Johnson, the University of Memphis, to to uncover more about this man's life and all of the writings on him and by him. Anything we find, we put on there. So if you want to learn any more about Bishop Turner, please check out the Henry McNeill Turner Project.com. And thank you, Brother Brown. I'm proud of you.
Mr. Morgan, please, if you have a book, one of your books within arm's reach, please show that and let the people know where they can find your book again.
Okay. No problem. Well,
I like to say that although I was valedictorian, what have you, I'm really not the most intelligent brother on the planet. I just surround myself with intelligent people, right? They help me look good. Again, Miss Tracy Stevenson, Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, again, brothers like Mr. Morgan. I just surround myself with some of the most cutting edge, leading folks, and they help me look good. Mr. Morgan.
Oh man. Well, this is my book, The Lost Empire, Black Freemasonry in the Old West. Maybe at some point in time, you all get to read about the man on the cover here, Captain William Matthews. He was a Civil War veteran with the 1st Kansas Colored Volunteers. He actually organized that regiment. So maybe in 2022 or something, maybe there'll be a piece on him or something at some point. Also,
consider it done, brother. Consider it done. As long as you write the piece.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, if you don't mind, I would like to say this too. This is actually the latest book, just came out like 10 days ago on Bishop Turner. This is by Dr. Johnson. It's called No Future in This Country. So I also want to make sure you all go check that one out as well.
Apropos title, let us know where we can find your book, good brother.
My book can be purchased on my website. It's jamesrmorgan.com, and I'll put it in the chat. And again, thank you so much.
Please put that in the chat, jamesrmorgan.com. Thank you so much, brother. Again, happy and honored and humbled to have collaborated with you. Appreciate you, brother.
My honor. Thank you.
Certainly. All right, one was wrapping up. That was October. This is November. Dr. Vada Somerville. She was one of the first Black women to practice dentistry in the state of California. USC has a culturally themed dorm in the African-American floor of that culturally themed dorm at, again, University of Southern California, USC Trojans, is named after this Black woman and her husband. A portrait of her and her husband still exists, still hangs in the dental school at USC. Again, little known facts. Individuals who have made tremendous impacts is what we desire to shine a spotlight on and bring their story and bring their contributions to life. That is what the calendar truly is all about. Some of you have heard of the famous Dunbar Hotel in the Los Angeles area. It was one of the shining pillars on the West Coast. Everyone that you can think of from the Harlem Renaissance dined there, supped there, performed there at the Dunbar Hotel. Her and her husband were the builders, built from the ground up, built that Dunbar Hotel. And so again, so much rich history about this woman and her husband that we bring to life in the calendar. We're wrapping up here. This is December. This is the key feature in December of the 2021 Black365 calendar, none other than the famed Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's a bit of an enigmatic figure. Some know about him, some don't. But one key thing that I always like to highlight about the brother, the very last line of this calendar, on May 18, 2017 at Sotheby's auction, one of Basquiat's 1982 paintings, it is untitled, set a record for any American artist at auction, selling for $10.5 million. Again, how many of us knew that? How many of us knew? Again, how amazing would that be to share with a young African-American girl or boy who is an aspiring artist that there is someone who looks like you who is responsible for having the highest selling piece of art in American history, $10.5 million. This man, his work was able to get at auction. Again, the whole purpose of this calendar, as I've said it many times, simply inspire, uplift, encourage young people to dream bigger, to believe in themselves, and to go further. This is the back of the calendar. Again, beautiful, in my opinion. Some of us have seen this crown, right? This sort of rudimentary or elementary crown. Jean-Michel Basquiat is the originator, one of the key contributors of this crown. He wanted all of his subjects to be associated with royalty. So this was a motif that was oftentimes present in his artwork, this crown here, and we honor him and we honor our piece of work, the 2021 calendar, because we feel as if it's royal. So we put that there on the calendar. It might stick. We might have to, have that on all of the calendars moving forward. But again, we have that in honor of Mr. Jean-Michel Basquiat. We're almost wrapping up this Zoom here. Matter of fact, we are wrapping it up. I said it was going to go about 40, 45 minutes. Again, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for connecting, for taking time out of your day to be here, to be present, to pop in with me and see what we have going on here. My parents were able to get on there. I see they were on the iPhone. They're not, I see a hand right there. It's my dad's hand waving. If you can see a hand, dark hand wave, he got a little camera shy. But again, obviously, without the creator, without the ancestors, and without that man who's in the very, very dark room here to the left on my screen, that is, it says iPhone. But again, my mother and father, again, I'm thankful and honored for them and forever encouraging me, believing in me, telling me to go forward. I didn't share it. I didn't share it as I was talking, but there were some dark days in terms of the Black365 calendar. Some of those first years were rough. There were years and times where I thought about giving up, thought about not pressing forward, thought about, hey, how about I just skip a year, And I had people in my corner, people in my life who said, nah, brother, you can't stop. You won't stop. We won't allow you to stop. The people need what you're doing. And so I begged, I borrowed, did everything short of stealing the money sometimes for a year or two to make sure that the publication never broke stride, never stopped. And we continued the legacy. Again, too many people, too many pyramid builders, too many enslaved ancestors, too many folks had greater odds than me. And I could not do them a disservice by stopping, by resting, by putting down the calendar. And so again, I'm happy to say that for 12 straight years, this calendar has been published. I see here in the chat a message from the esteemed Dr. Gerald Luke. He said he's foreshadowing something, saying that's some good news. Brother, you want to unmute yourself real fast and share with us what the good news is? We've got some breaking news here on the live. We have here Dr. Gerald Luke, who is an administrator in the Palmdale School District here in the Antelope Valley area near where I'm at. Dr. Luke, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, yeah, I just first of all, just glad I was able to pop on and make it in. And I want to thank you, brother, for the great work that you do, that you have done, continue to do, and I know you will continue to do. This is the type of stuff that needs to be all over the globe, if you will. But just before I left the office, just got the paperwork approval for the calendars. I don't know if you want to throw numbers out there, but
why not, brother? Why not? Go ahead.
The 900 calendars that are coming our way. So, that's in process with the approval. So now it's just a matter of getting everything straight as far as everything is pretty much done now. It's just waiting on POs and all that stuff. So I just threw that in there because, the Palmdale School District really appreciates the work that you do. And we make sure that we try to get a calendar into each and every classroom of our 27 schools in the district, just so students can have a culturally responsive environment so that they can see themselves. And when they have a Black Fact 365 days, that is outstanding. And being our school district is also 74% Latino Hispanic, you have the Latino calendar also. So we get those too. So it's just a wonderful thing, a beautiful thing, so that our students can see themselves depicted in their classroom. So we appreciate the work, and we're glad that we can, make sure that we are in connection with you, in partnership with you. So we just appreciate you for the work.
Appreciate you, good brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if you all heard the figure that the brother said. Got me choked up over here. I'm speechless a little bit, but he said 900 calendars. The Palmdale School District just has committed to purchasing this year. So 2021 calendars, again, 900 of them will be going to the Palmdale School District. We see something else popped up here in the chat. We have a good brother over here with the yellow and blue background, orange blue background. We're running out of time, brother, so I can't bring you on, but he represents an organization, a chapter of the African American male empowerment, mentoring, determination. I'm messing up the name, but he just said that his organization is going to be looking to buy a bulk order. So we appreciate that as well. This is what it's all about. Each one teach one, each one reach one. Wherever you're at, I encourage you to stand in the gap. I encourage you to share this calendar with your sphere of influence, share this calendar with educators in schools and school districts. Again, it truly is a goal of mine to have the calendar represented in every state, at least one school district in every state is a goal of mine. If it can be in every school district in every state, that would truly be remarkable. But again, if one school district in every state was forward thinking as the Palmdale School District, that would be truly amazing. So again, I encourage you to tap your Rolodexes, tap your resources, and share with them this great work. Again, run out of time, so I won't be able to bring her on, but there's a sister in here from Global Faith Academy. Her organization, her homeschool network, purchased over 100 calendars last year and used them as fundraising. I'm not sure if she wants to share the other piece that I know about her and what she's planning to do with the fundraising, so I won't mention that, but they're looking to raise some funds for a very, very, very special, life-changing project for herself and some of the students in her school. And Dad, my father is there with the red shirt. We're going to let you give us some of the closing words here. Just Papa want to say hello. Just say hello to the people. He's not as loquacious as I am. He's silent. I talk a lot, but I appreciate you if you can just share. Just again, hello and anything else you want to share before we sign off, Dad.
Great job. Good information that you was giving again this evening, son.
Thank you.
I just like to say hello to everyone, and yeah, keep on with the calendars and good work and everything. One of my buyers already bought 25, and my company that I work for, which I won't name, but they normally get about 1,200. I think it is that they get every year of one of these sides. So I mean, you get the Hispanic one and the African American, of course, is the big one and the main one. But yeah, it's just awesome. Keep it up, son, and I love you and glad to see everything is going well. Good to see everyone.
Thank you so much, Dad. Appreciate you. Again, I know folks got sports that they're watching. I think there's a debate happening right now. I'm just tuned in to Black365, and so I want to say a special thank you to my family, my son, and my other loved ones who I sometimes neglect when it's calendar season. But again, I thank you for everyone who was on the Zoom with us today. Let me get this name correct. Brother Andrick Robinson is a part of organization I'm a part of as well, African American Male Education Network and Development. African American Male Education Network and Development. Again, the brother's going to look to purchase some calendars for that organization. We appreciate him. But again, without any further ado, I want to say thank you all for sharing this time and space with me this evening. Black365.com. Again, Black365.com is the hub, is the place to be. Please direct your family, your friends in that direction. The holiday shopping is right around the corner. Please do look to adding some more our beautiful products to your home and as your gifts. And again, please do connect us with educators and other people who are in charge of some purse strings so that they can make some sizable orders, again, so that we can continue to do the scholarship work. I didn't even talk about the scholarship. Each and every year for the past several years, we've offered scholarships with a portion of the proceeds of the calendar. And again, the Oral Lee Smith Foundation will be the recipient of some funds as well. So again, I've spoken enough. Thank you, each and every one of you, and I will talk to you hopefully soon, each and every one of you. I love you, appreciate you. Peace.
Thank you, Jamaal.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.